realize that you're not, because when your fingers accidentally brushed the buttons to change over to the songs that you're going to be playing, that you somehow managed to completely and utterly hit the button that says stop. This is extremely appropriate. I am a massive doofus, and this is the way today has gone. Hi. You're not late. Apparently, I actually played through 3 songs without keeping this open and connected. And I am a dipstick. This just in, I am a dipstick. And that kind of week, I tell you. It's a Monday. It's such a Monday. Okay, so I get the feeling that we disconnected right after Friend from Faire. That's my theory. I may have even disconnected before Friend from Faire, now that I think about it. Which is, like, really hilarious. Shall we start over? I am open to starting over. Before Friend from... Jeez, alright, I'm a moron. Let's do it. We're just gonna start over, and if anybody asks, we're just gonna say that there was this just 20-minute technical issue. That 20-minute technical issue being me being a dumb person. That's right. I don't mind. I will take that hit. I will step in and take one for the team. And I will play. And y'all will listen. And then we'll be okay. Yeah. Alright, what the hell. We'll do it again. So hello folks that are there now. Y'all are watching and I appreciate that. Let's just do, we'll start over. I really don't care. I'm not being told that I can't. My wife has given me the go-ahead, so we're just going to run late, and that's okay. And we'll catch the people that usually get here like at 4:50, and they go, wow, he's going long. No, I'm not going long. I just was stupid. Right. Why the hell not? I don't care. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got browner sandy hair. And he has a hat and tankard, and he wears these great big boots. I'm a moron, and he wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. At least there's a benefit of knowing that nobody noticed, right? Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? You saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. Don't recall if it's pickles, pretzels, or if it's popcorn that he sells. I'm fired if you see him come from a mile away. Count that he wears bells. Wow. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's a unique individual, no one else can compare. For he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town. And he always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. And yes, folks, I just sang verse 2 and verse 3 in the opposite order for those of you keeping track at home. I am. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my bud in person, then you'd know of whom I speak. For he dresses like a pirate, now isn't that unique? Pirate! With pointy ears. Elf pirate. And gossamer wings. Fairy elf pirate. And kilt. Scottish fairy elf pirate. Horns. Demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And fangs. Vampire, demon, Scottish fairy, elf, pirate. And goggles. Steampunk, vampire, demon, fairy, Scottish elf, pirate. And a kilt. And a foxtail. 2 kilts. One on top of the other. And a foxtail. No one knows why. Do you know my friend from Faire? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. You know, if you ever want to just make new friends at the festival, just find a big open space and shout the names of wildlife and birds until someone you find interesting shows up. Though we've never met in person, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess we'll end this song. There we go. Welcome to the Clearly None of Us Have Rehearsed This show 101. Show 100 actually went off pretty much without a hitch. Show 101 is on a day that has been marked by weirdness and confusing technological behavior, and I am certainly right up there with all of that, because I managed to go through 3 of my songs without having pushed the broadcast button. So, I'm doing real well. Let's do this thing. Misi. Hi, Misi. I do not know who Misi is, but I'm happy that you are here. We'll be fine. We're all fine here. How are you? We're fine. Song 2, which I have now played once before, but y'all didn't see it, so it doesn't count. This is one of those songs I love doing. I riffed this like 2-3 years ago before I learned how to play an implement. And this is my musical implement. And there's a lick in it, a riff, that is my nemesis. More so than The Man Who Lives at Faire, more so than what I'm going to play for the 4th song, which we'll get to. But I've been doing all right with it. I'm pretty sure I can do it right this time. We'll find out, won't we? Renaissance minstrel, minstrel, minstrel. I pray thee, my Lord, will you hear this song? It took me years to write, but will not take too long. It's based on a sonnet by a man named Kit, and I need a patron, so I long to be a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. 'Tis a noble saga of a wandering knight, and his lady's love keeps him up at night. His son's a lowly squire just dragging swords. 'Tis a steady job, but he longs to be a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel, minstrel. Wow, there we go. There, see, that was the problem. It's 100 verses, give or take a few. I'll be writing more in a week or 2. I can make it Latin if you like the sounds. I'd put to Sir Summit, and I long to be a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. If you do enjoy it, I could sing it there. I get so tired of wandering from fair to fair. If you must return it, give it to the king. He'll just put his name on it and call himself a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. Alas, my love, you do me wrong, minstrel. There's no good way to end this song, minstrel. They usually fade it out, you see, minstrel. Guess I'll have to end it abruptly, minstrel. That lick, I was lulled into a false sense of security. And it really is. It's the closest I get to actually finger picking on this instrument. So, I'm batting about 300, 400. I'm getting better at it. I gotta go see my ukulele coach. I gotta go get a ukulele coach. Then I can see a ukulele coach. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, third song, second time, 101st show. This is a song by my friend Quigley, who also is associated with Robo Burger, which is the burger shop in the San Francisco Bay Area and San Francisco itself that is almost entirely robotized. It is entirely automated, untouched by human hands, literally. The robot cooks the burger, the robot seasons the burger, the robot assembles the burger, the robot puts the burger in the wrapper, the robot wraps the burger, puts the wrapped burger in the bun, puts the bun on a chute, which comes down, and then you can pull it up, and there it's awesome. Seriously, check it out. It is literally untouched by human hands. This song is touched by human hands, and it is one of my favorite songs to play live because there's a moment, and you'll know when it is, when from where I am sitting, you can actually see almost an entire audience facepalm in unison. Could end it with the El Kabong bit. Yes, friends, the ukulele is a percussion instrument if you play it wrong enough. Alright, so this one is Captain's Log, and it's slightly different from the way that he does it, but he told me that's okay because that's folk music. And who am I to argue? Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and the crew be bold, the boatswain's old, and we all do love a grog. The captain was the toughest man to ever sail the seas, until one thing finally struck him down, 'twas a nasty French disease. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we do not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So at last the captain finally met his match, old France, she finally won. The first mate sat beside him for the setting of the sun, and the last words of the captain to the good crew of the dog was that no one should ever take his place till they found the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So we looked down in the scuppers and we searched up in the nests. For a time we kept our spirits high with witty words and jests, but soon a gloom enveloped us thick as a pea soup fog. For no matter where we looked, we could not find the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So at last we turned to the great big book that the captain brought to sea, in which he put each day's events as written history. But no matter where we searched inside that vast and lofty tome, we could not find where the captain's log had chosen for to roam. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the many logs that we did find, they all did look the same. But we never once found the piece of wood inscribed with the captain's name. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Yes, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. And pretty. Oh, And you may have noticed a couple of moments where I made a mistake, and I looked at the comments over there. You comments are where we get the interactive part of this show from, and I appreciate it greatly, but every time I look over there, my brain goes, oh, let's read that. What am I playing again? It's an instrument? I don't know. I just... But I thank you very much for your patience and tolerance and indulgence, frankly. And now we come to the part that many of us have been waiting for, the last song. I don't even know anymore today. Tomorrow I might even be more special. We'll see, because I get to help highly trained engineers try to have a virtual conference with a bunch of other highly trained engineers, and it's going to be weird. I'm going to be both either caffeinated, exhausted, fed up with humanity, or all three at the same time. But the last song is a filk, and it is a filk based on a song which many of y'all have seen. Oh, by the way, yeah, I did mention this. Rexana got to see this. Y'all didn't. Got my haircut finally. Got my haircut. I was actually going to get my haircut, and I told Rexana this, I think. This may have been when we cut off. I was going to get my haircut right before they shut everything down in March. Because my hair was getting pretty long. And I went to get my teeth checked, because the dentist I have is open Saturday and Sunday. Really, seriously cool. 24/7 dentist. See if they're in your area. And so I went to get my hair. I said, no, I'll get my haircut afterwards. And I went and I got my teeth checked. And I went and they were closed. And they were like, closed, virus, closed. So I finally got my haircut on Saturday. We also ripped up half a deck. We had help. The mighty Ashley helped us. All the while remaining safe. That's where... So the haircut story is when we died. Okay, at least we know now. And now we know the haircut story, which is good. I'm glad. I'm happy about that. Last song of the set, because no matter what we do, and no matter how much grumbling we might do about the driving, about the dust, the dirt, the grime, the injuring yourself for somebody else's laugh, dehydration, those of us who spend a lot of time doing Renaissance festivals, we're feeling the pain right now. It's difficult to explain, but there's a certain thing about the Renaissance festivals that just strikes a chord in us, and it's a chance to play. We ripped up the deck. Is that where I found the... If I had found a log with the captain's name on it under that deck, I would have definitely made a big deal out of it, because that would have been impressive. You know what? Back in the California fairs, as the Sea Dogs, actually, for a long time, Quigley would wander around with a piece of wood, and it would ask passersby if they could help him read the captain's log. Of course, I'm the one who came up with the idea of boring a hole through a piece of wood and dragging it around on a rope and saying, "Oh, you do one damn thing wrong on this ship, they makes you walk the plank." Drag it off. We are a sight gag based organism. We are. Last song. Let's do this thing and make it work well. Speaking of licks that are my nemesis, I was able to successfully play this in rehearsal. I had not gotten this far on the screw up, which, you know, even still, we're actually doing remarkably well here. Let's see how we go. I guarantee nothing. This could end horribly. Let's watch. See? I got a camper, forget the price. Nowhere to park it, they tell me it's nice. I live in tents made with thin nylon walls. Someone has sex, well, it's enjoyed by all. They say I'm crazy, but I have a good time. Fair's been good to me so far. A costume's made up of burlap and cloth. Takes twice as long to put on than take off. My boots are old, not too quick to put on, but I gotta wear them to go to the John. Don't quite know what I'll be doing today. The show goes on, so I just gotta play. Fair's been good to me so far. My cat's quite fancy with feathers and felt. Feel like my whole world's hung off my belt. Strap all this stuff on to go hit the gate. Yeah, the patrons are out there and man, I can't wait. Put a couple decades into burlap and dust. Gotta keep it going, well it looks like I must. Fair's been good to me so far. See, now in the actual album there follows a 3-minute and 47-second guitar solo. Because Joe Walsh can do amazing things with stringed instruments. Sadly, I am not Joe Walsh, so I just gotta do the next verse. I do this RenFair every year. Beat up my body to get a few cheers. How long I'll do this darn thing, I don't know. But if they're gonna hold it, well, I guess I'll go. The play's a thing, and we've all come to play. It's packing years into just a few days. Fair's been good to me so far. And so we come staggering into the back door of yet another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show. Having accidentally wandered into your apartment next door because the door was open and you're tired. Thankfully, you've got a pretty decent neighbor next door and they weren't actually there, so we're not even going to talk about that. We're just going to back out, close the door, lock it, walk back in yours, and pretend like nothing went wrong. Yeah, Linda, I tell you, that is an original cover, Mark. Yeah, that's the one I wrote. I think I may have posted it to the Facebook Filk page once upon a time, a long time ago, and when we get to a certain point, I'm going to start making big puppy dog eyes at people that actually have, like, professional studios and can actually do production stuff, because I do want to do a music albumin, something like that, a bunch of recordings, and put it up on like Bandcamp or something like that. All this stuff comes out of my head, you know. I mean, y'all have met me, and this never turns off. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me again, especially those of you who seem to come wandering in. You know, I mean, some of y'all are repeat offenders, and some of you are still fairly new to this, and I know I got the attention of a lot of y'all with show 100, because, you know, 100 is like, don't let out the cat. If you let the cat out, the cat knows how to hotwire the car. We do not want to have that conversation with the police again. Thank y'all for coming once again, you know, hanging out with me on this. I mean, without without y'all there watching and chatting with me and making comments, and what I do here makes even less sense than it does right now. So I appreciate that a great deal. You know a guy? Yeah. Yes. I thought I might get your attention for that on Mark. We will discuss things, hopefully. And yeah, at this point, remember how I made that joke about 3 or 4 years ago about a punk folk band called the Rooter Tooters? That may not be as much of a joke as it used to be. Although I do have to say that if Tobias the Adequate does get a backing band, it will be called The Valiant Attempt. That's just the way it's going to have to happen. Hey, Linda, I'm happy that I can make you laugh. I mean, that's kind of my job. I am some kind of clown here to entertain, to amuse you. I really legitimately am. That's apparently the job. I'm not entirely committed to being a bard, but I've had enough people tell me that I am one, some of them rather forcefully and aggressively, that I okay, fine, but I'll complain about it all the time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let's do some the plug thing, just because we want to do that. And I'm gonna come all the way over here so I don't get my eye poked out by the rectangle of doom. There it is. All right, tip jar, paypal.com/theadequate. Robert, Rick, and Emily and Miranda have been very generous to me in that. For those of you who want to support Adequacy on a more long-term basis, there is the Patreon site, patreon.com/theadequate. And I got a new Patreon patron a couple of the last week. Ann has joined Stephen and Rob and Alicia and Relly and BK and Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Lorene as my Party on Patreon patron people. The way this works is you decide I'm going to throw $1 into his tip jar every month, or $2 or something like that. And it basically does this auto debit thing around the 5th of the month. Any money that comes to me from this show through Patreon or PayPal or God help us Ko-fi, which I have stopped promoting because nobody that I know uses it, goes right back into the show. I just put in an order for a Yeps, I am a professional live streamer ring light. And that'll be in a couple of weeks. And when that comes in, then the way this looks will change slightly. Again, it's all an evolutionary process. My Patreon peeps get to see what the battle station looks like. They get to hear previews of new songs. They get buttons and ebooks and physical books and all kinds of other stuff, including at the $10 level, the You're So Darn Smart bonus, which is where they get to tell me to write a song about a subject they pick, and then I write it, and then I perform it, and there you go. And more stuff as I go through and continue to generate these things. I have a Venmo as well. I don't know, Venmo is what the hip kids today are doing. Maybe I should start talking about those as well. Maybe I'll put them in the crawl or something. I don't know. I'm not doing this as a profession. This is definitely kind of my sliding gracefully into the eccentric friend category when it comes to fairs and festivals and stuff, but I'm really enjoying it. And I hope y'all are enjoying it too. The archives are over here at facebook.com and twitch.tv/TobiasTheAdequate. Twitch keeps 2. Yes. See, Tom saw yeah, my Patreon patrons got to see the most useful clamp in the whole wide world. It's right over here. It holds up this increment. A one-time donation for a song. Wow. Jeez. Y'all are asking me to develop like product and stuff. I'm not sure how to face that. Let's just let me think on that for a little bit, okay? Okay, Richard, we'll come up with something. We'll come up with something. I know that. You can also find me at youtube.com/mplegare. Twitch.tv keeps about 2 weeks worth of shows. YouTube keeps all of them, and there's a Troubadork playlist which is caught up to, I think, show 99, maybe show 100. So we'll see how that goes. That's all of that business. I can now get the whole screen back. Yay. Everything that has happened here in this show, and the formatting and the chatting and the stuff and the talking and the writing and the pictures and the thingy, are all because you all hung out with me. And that's the important part, because literally without you there, I am Vox Clematis in Deserto, a voice crying out in the wilderness, as opposed to Vox Clematis in Desert Cart, which would be a man screaming into a sheath cake. I was going somewhere pretty with that, and I got lost. That's okay. Oh, I do have merch. I have buttons and stuff. If you go to theadequate.com or the shop page on the Tobias the Adequate page, you can see I've got stuff. I have stuff. If you want to buy stuff, I will sell you stuff. Inexpensive stuff, because we're not made of money, and we're still in the pandemic. I mean, let's be honest about this. By the way, if you happen to know any friends who have lots of money and low standards, name them over here. Get yours first, but then. All right, that's about it for this time around. Y'all have been startlingly forgiving. And I've been Tobias the Adequate, and I thank you all for encouraging my behavior. And we will see you next time. And I promise next time I won't punch the wrong button early in the show. Okay? All right, we'll see y'all next time.